Hey there. There are different leadership styles when it comes to any organization, especially so when it comes to a startup, because the leadership style of the founder and the founding team and the early employees determine the culture of the company. It determines what kind of people join the company soon after as well. And so if one were to do a case study on leadership styles, I think looking at startups and the different leadership styles involved would be a good insight into how a company evolves with time. I have founders in my network who have different leadership styles. Some of them are very aggressive, overtly passionate, and they make their thoughts and emotions very well known. And then you have people on the other extreme where they are calm, quiet, they focus on one thing at a time, they are very determined, and they are very good in one particular aspect. It could be coding, developing, or sales, or marketing, or finance. Any of these skill sets they'll be very good at. And then you have balanced leaders. I'm not going to comment on what kind of a leader I am because I'm still figuring that out. But in my opinion, the best kind of leader is a balanced one. Now, when you look at the entrepreneurs or startups portrayed in mainstream media, in different series, in movies, in films, they are usually portrayed as being very eccentric. They are anti-societal. They do not care about feelings. They don't care about people. They are extremely self-centered. They are extremely egoistic, but they're passionate about the concept or the idea that they're working on. In reality, I believe a good leader is one who has his or her head on their shoulders. A good leader is one who not just grows themselves, but is also willing to learn and helps or provides a platform for their team to grow as well. Now, this is easier said than done because if you look at the backgrounds of very successful startups like Amazon through Jeff Bezos, or SpaceX through Elon Musk, or even Mark Zuckerberg, there is a strong connotation that the reason that they achieved where they are is because they backstabbed, they went over people who supported them, and they screwed over people who really loved them. And that's the reason that they are, and of course, they are really good at what they do. They are very passionate, and they have a singular focus towards the goal. Now, I'm of the strong belief that there are different ways to reach that goal. One of the ways is obviously, like I mentioned, being very passionate, very focused, very singular minded, kind of like a robot in a way, to just move towards the target. There could also be a way where people are passionate. The people who form a company for whom people love working for. They attract A players, they attract the best of the best, but at the same time, none of the employees feel like they're trapped in a box. None of them feel like they have no way out, and none of them employees feel cornered. And I think that is a very critical phase of growth. I strongly believe that given a choice of whether being a part of an organization that is so brutally, aggressively focused versus having a balanced approach, even if that means lower growth, even if that means that it may take a little longer for the company to succeed, I would always choose the latter. And that is because of my personal preference. I feel that as human beings, on a very spiritual level and on a very practical level, it is important not just to create something from nothing. It is also important to respect and mutually trust people around you. And that, I believe, is the only way to work and to live. And hence, for me especially, having that super hyper aggressive approach is detrimental and not my working style. I, of course, am aggressive on my team. We have deadlines in place that everyone needs to finish. We have the ability or the need to learn new things, and everyone pushes themselves. But I think that is the way to go. And I think it's very important to support and appreciate other entrepreneurs who believe in this balanced approach, and those who strive towards the concept of rising tides raises all boats, as opposed to being a lone wolf, aggressive, just browbeat people into doing what you want. I do not think that's the way to go. And I think that's the companies or the people who build organizations need to understand that, in my opinion. And I hope there are more people like that in the next generation of leaders that would be coming forward as well.